Oh, are we loaded in? We're getting there. God, I'm rusty. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Greet, I see your message. You're A-okay. I know you're probably not here right now, so you're probably busy working on stuff. That's okay. I don't know whoever else is here. Good morning. Good morning. I know this is very atypical of me to stream at this hour, like during the week instead of on Sunday. So it's a bit strange. I don't really expect that many people to like be here live. There's probably going to be a lot of VOD watchers after the fact, after everybody's done with work and whatnot. I hope you have all been well. I hope everybody's been, you know, occupied either with work or school or what have you, and people have been keeping busy and doing fun things at least a little bit of the time. I know I have been a little radio silent. I was not expecting to not be here this past week, and I don't really know what exactly threw me off my game, but I got knocked out of it for a little while, and getting back on track is always the hard part, because once, like, when you're on track, then you're good, but the second something goes a little then you just kind of get thrown off, and then you don't go back to being on track for a while. So I've been trying to kick my butt into gear, and that's easier said than done. Oh gosh. But I hope you guys have been well at the very least. I'm trying to, you know, do what I can to stay occupied and not stress myself out way too much. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of different external stressors that I have right now with, you know, my constant work schedule. I'm preparing for my school schedule, day-to-day life and chores, and just there's just a handful of things that have been I don't know, like all combining into a tornado of stuff all at the same time. So it's been hard for me to regain focus and clarity and not be just in a slightly catatonic state of being stressed out all the hell. So you know, there's only so many things that I can do to mitigate that. And unfortunately, like, one of the first things that tends to go is the streaming, just because it's my hobby. Not to say that I don't love it like a job and I'm not dedicated to it like a job, but, you know, out of all of the responsibilities that I have, you guys are the most chillax, where there's not as big of a consequence, I guess. Not to say there's no consequence, but comparatively to, you know, not performing my work duties or not performing my at-home duties or preparing for school, the stakes are a little bit lower with the stream. So it tends to just be the first to go, which I don't want it to be the first to go, but that's just normally how it ends up being and happening. I also know that even though it's still like relatively the first half of July, and it's, you know, we're not quite there yet, I know that August is always a really tough month for me. At least within the past 2 years, August has become just a tough month. So it's been kind of mentally taxing preparing for that, because it's always a thought in the back of my mind, and you guys already know because you were there for like my tattoo story. August is just, it's a rough time. So that has also been very a very big mental strain. Even though it's like a background one, it's not like a direct one, but it's still like always in the back of my mind. So that kind of pushes me away from wanting to do the things that I want to do. Again, it's not that I don't want to do all the fun, nice stuff with streaming and getting to hang out with you guys and be silly and all that other stuff. It feels more like an inability. Because it's not that I don't want to. Of course I want to do all those things. But the amount of effort I have to push through in order to be able to do all the fun things, at least recently, has been a lot harder than normal. So I try not to push more than I have to, because otherwise it gets, you know, kind of ugly. And then we get into a worse position. And I don't want that. And I don't want you guys to have to sit through that either, because it's not fair to you. But I don't know. Like, I haven't really been... How do I put this? I don't know what the proper term for it would be, but just this like overwhelming feeling of, I don't want to say it's dread, because I have so many like good things that are happening around me or starting to happen around me where, you know, I can count on those things being fun and exciting and new and different, but it's still like a bottom of the stomach feeling where it's like, oh my god, all of this stuff is going to start happening soon. And, you know, there are things that I should be excited for, but at least this week specifically, and a little bit of last week, I've had trouble feeling excited for them. Again, they're like all good things. I'm starting school. My best friend like planned a vacation to come visit me. Like everything at work is going really, really well. I've been visiting my friends whenever I can, going out, enjoying time with them before I get a little bit more tied down with school. I've been spending time with family, like all these what should be very happy and fun and nice things. But I just, it's more exhausting than it is fun. And I don't really know why. And I also haven't really been feeling like myself lately. I feel like I've been really disconnected from my brain and my body. Like, my brain is doing so many different things all at once, and my body is just going through the motions of what it is that I am supposed to do on a day-to-day basis. And it is definitely really overwhelming. I don't really know how else to describe it, but it's a lot. And I try not to let it get me down, but again, that's easier said than done. And there's only so much that I can do to try and mitigate that. I'm trying to cut out, like, certain stressors from my life, but identifying what it is that has been stressing me out in order to cut it out has been kind of hard. And again, the things that are stressing me out for the most part are all like good things, or they're supposed to be good things, but at least currently in my current state, they don't come across that way. And it's frustrating because I know I should be excited and happy and not stressed out by these things, but it feels like that's like always my default way of reacting to things, is just being stressed out by them. and making things out to be a lot more complicated than they actually are. I don't know if I can come up with an example. Maybe I can... Oh, yeah. So, for example, this is another good thing. Recently, one of the drag shows that I went to was a superheroes and villains theme. And I was doing way too much preparation for it, even though I already have stuff for it. And I stressed myself out by wanting to perfect my outfit, wanting to, you know, show up immediately after my shift at work and get into my full costume and just walk in and pretend like I had been working on it like that whole time. And I just walked in looking perfect and like all this other stuff. And like I bought a bunch of stuff that I didn't even need and spent a whole lot of money that I probably shouldn't have on an outfit that didn't even end up working because I was trying to do one outfit and then I ended up doing a different one. And like making something that's supposed to be fun and just, hey, that's just the theme for the night and it's just a fun little whatever, and then blowing it out of the water because I apparently need to be the best at everything. So I guess it's stuff like that it just, it kind of backfires in my face a lot because I want to put forth the most effort, and then a lot of the time it doesn't end up working out the way that I thought it would, and then I'm not as pleased in the very end as I could have been. I don't know, just kind of stuff like that. I don't know if I have another example or not. I mean, like right now I'm still working on editing the one music video that I wanted to be out like for my birthday, and it is not freaking done. It's not anywhere close to being done, and it's already like approaching the 15th of July. So it's like way overdue, and I've been beating myself up about that. I know just the other day I ended up deleting a tweet because I was sharing a little bit on my mind that, VShojo, they opened up auditions and a lot of people are talking about it, which is a good thing. But I follow a lot of, bigger names in the VTubing community, and they are also planning to audition. Everybody's planning to audition. And I got really disheartened at seeing some of the people that I look up to also going for the chance at applying for VShojo and trying to get into VShojo. And now there's also like a whole discourse around it on Twitter of people saying, oh, it's just going to be nepotism. They're just going to like bring their friends in. And then Zentreya went off on a rant being like, that is not the point. I fought to have an open audition so that we could pull literally anyone regardless of size, like to join the company and to see if they mesh well. It's not just, we're going to hire all of our friends. But at the time, I just saw all of these bigger names that I look up to, expressing their interest in applying to VShojo. And I don't know. I hit that stomach feeling again where I kind of felt a little hopeless. I told myself I wasn't gonna cry. Just a little bit teary-eyed. I don't want to cry. I know I've talked to you guys like a million times about how this is my passion project. I love you guys so much, and it's like, and then it's not about the numbers or any kind of stuff like that, but it's still kind of disheartening sometimes. And it's not it's not a feeling that I ever want to feel, like I'm disappointing you guys because I'm not, you know, better at what I do. But it's hard not to let those feelings get to you at least a little bit when you see stuff like that online. Hi, Ken. Bad timing, I guess. I just got a lot on my mind. I told myself I wasn't gonna cry, but I guess saying that doesn't mean that it's not gonna happen. Oh, God. But yeah, I know I'm not a VTuber with like 100,000 subscribers, 1,000,000 subscribers. Like, I don't really want that. But I still want, you know, I think it's a natural feeling that as somebody who is also in the entertainment industry, that you wish you had at least a little bit more than what you have. Not to say I'm not grateful for you guys, of course I am. I love you guys so much. But, you know, sometimes looking at the numbers kind of gets to you at least a little bit. Ken, you can watch the VOD back, but I was talking about how VShojo opened up auditions, and it's slightly different than like if HoloLive or Niji Sanji opened up auditions. Because I know a lot of people are like, I don't want to join an industry like that because they'd have to start over from scratch. VShojo's a little bit unique in terms of you can most likely choose what your own persona is, and it's a lot more laid back as a company. And I got a little disheartened on Twitter the other day because I saw that a lot of the VTubers that even I look up to are also thinking about applying. Because I'm trying to make my audition tape, and I know I said I wouldn't join a VTubing company, but I think VShojo, out of all the other ones that, you know, exist and operate, is probably the one that makes the most sense and is the better one to join. So I at least want to try to get the experience of creating a real video and whatever else, just to have that experience, if nothing else. I don't know if I'll get in. I don't know if this is, you know, the type of person that they're looking for or anything like that. But I know I've talked about it before, and it's just I don't know how to put it, but yeah, I don't really know how to put it. Again, it's not that I want to be on the same level as freaking Iron Mouse or Kuro or Matara or Zentreya or like any of them. It's not that I want that amount of fame that they have, but you know, having at least a better access to resources, having people that you can collaborate with that not only like you look up to, but that, you know, you get along with, because obviously you'd have to pass screening and make sure that you get along with everybody. Just stuff like that. I don't know. again, out of all the companies that exist and knowing their practices and stuff like that, VShojo almost never opens up like open auditions like this. So it's like a big deal. And I really want to at least try for it. Well, that sounds neat. Look, no matter what, you try your best. There are two ways to look at this. Either you join and have more tools and support, or nose to the grindstone and build your channel up. Either way, it's a win-win. Yeah. Again, not to imply that if I don't get in, then like I'll never stream again. No. I still want to stream for you guys. I'll still keep doing the same stuff that I'm doing for you guys because I love you guys so much. But, you know, sometimes you just want a little bit of help and you want to have like, not that I'm fishing for a new audience, that's not what I want at all, because I love you guys and you guys are the ones that support me. But you know, I'd like if people knew me a little bit more. Not to say that we're doing bad either, because we're not. I know I'm already in like a more than privileged seat, like speaking from the amount of people that I've already shown love and support and everything else. But you know, I try not to covet what other people have, because that's not right of me. But again, sometimes that's easier said than done when you're looking at somebody else's channel that you look up to and you know just how like successful they are. I really don't want to sit here and just cry in front of you guys. I really don't want to do that. I'll probably just, whenever I decide to end the stream, I'll probably just keep it up for like a day and then unlist it. God. Thank you for your kind words, Ken. I really do appreciate it. It's very, very kind of you. And I know I grow a little bit every day. And every time that I get to sit here and stream with you guys and somebody new comes in and stops by, I'm so excited to greet them and, you know, have them join in on the antics and everything else, because it's fun. And I want everyone who, you know, watches my streams and likes what I'm doing to be a part of this community. You guys really are, like, so wonderful. I've only ever had, like, maybe one or two issues that have ever arisen with, like, community members, per se. And I'm lucky to not have to deal with anything on, like, too severe of a level, just because I'm not that, you know, I'm not to that level of streaming. Thank you, Ken. But yeah, I know anybody would be lucky to have the community that I have. Because you guys have been nothing but supportive and loving and fun to be around. And, you know, not a lot of people, even that are way bigger than my channel, people that have like thousands of subscribers and they still don't get the amount of viewers in their stream that chat and joke around and show all this love and support that I do. When you hit millions, you'll be remembering what the old Ken said. Thank you, Ken. Good morning, Geek-san. Good to see you. Welcome in. Yeah. And I am so grateful for you guys, and you guys know that. I wouldn't trade you guys for anything. I think just because of all the other stress I have going on, and then being an idiot and looking at numbers, kind of exasperated myself. And then I got really emotional about stuff. I promise I'm not trying to stress myself out on purpose. I'm not. This isn't what I want to be feeling. I wouldn't want anybody to have to sit here and feel this way. As many times as I can sit here and say that, you know, I do this because I love it. I do this for you guys. I do this because it's fun. I do this because I love entertaining and all of this other stuff. I can sit here and say that and mean it, because I do really mean it. But being at the mercy of the internet and the algorithm and whatever else dictates whether or not a person ends up being, you know, really popular on the platform or whatever else. There's no way that in this group of VTubing for everybody that you can't let it get under your skin at least a little bit. Because there will always be that factor. There will always be new VTubers coming out. There will always be already established VTubers that, you know, have access to more resources and get to do way more and pull in way more people. There will always be something that will make what you do harder. And it doesn't really get easier, it just gets different. So even as much as I love doing what I do and getting to do it for you guys and saying that the numbers don't matter, it always matters at least a little bit. And I try not to give it too much thought, because it's not worth the, you know, the tears, the stress. But, you know, some days it's easier to ignore than others. You're doing amazing. It's gonna pay off, but your health comes first. We crack jokes, play games. And your karaoke's fire. You have such a unique talent. I just like getting to do fun things for you guys because I think you guys deserve it. And I like doing fun things for you guys because it's just a nice thing to do. And I enjoy doing it as much as I'm sure you guys enjoy being here and watching it. No, we didn't lose any subs. The biggest thing was that VShojo opened up auditions, and initially I saw it and I got really excited and I started filling out the application and, you know, working on me making an audition video and all this other stuff. And then the next time I opened up Twitter, I saw all of these other VTubers that are way more well-known, have the thousands and thousands of subscribers and all this other stuff, also saying that they were thinking about applying. And I know that, you know, Zentrea herself talked and said that it's not about like the size of channel that any applicant has. It's about whether or not, you know, they think that they would mesh well with the other people in VShojo. They're not looking to just hire on their friends. Because if they wanted to just hire on their friends, they wouldn't have opened up auditions. And Zentrea fought really hard to have open auditions and to find new talent in, from smaller channels from anywhere, on YouTube, on Twitch, wherever. And it was really disheartening to see that. I didn't interpret it as like, oh, I'm so glad that you're also auditioning. I just kind of shut down and got scared. It's a scary thing applying for the same position that you know somebody else is way more qualified for and has, you know, like for example, even Sayu had expressed wanting to apply. I've met him in person. We've literally like shook hands and spoken to one another. Like we're just people at the end of the day, but knowing how much more access he has to, you know, having a 2D model, having better equipment, having a better computer and microphone and a headset, having like a whole streaming setup. He streams like almost all the time next to his full-time job and like all this other stuff. You know, it's easy to get really discouraged. And I'm not saying he's any more or less capable than me when it comes to just, you know, doing the actual streaming part. I don't think he's any more or less, you know, interesting or funny or kind or anything like that. And he would deserve it just as much as anybody else. But I worry because, you know, he already has the thousands of subscribers. He already has the, like, resources and all of that other stuff. Not to say that he doesn't deserve more, but, you know, I don't have any of that. I have what I have, and I'm working with what I got. Yeah, I know that he didn't, you know, he probably didn't also start on a pedestal of he already had all of that stuff ready for him and granted to him and all that other stuff. But, you know, I guess, like, one of the reasons why it hit me as hard as it did was because, like, everything that I do streaming wise, I make everything for it, and you guys know that. Like, it's very rare that I ever outsource anything. Like, the only thing that I've really, like, properly commissioned for was, you know, that one art piece for the music video that I'm still working on, and I've commissioned for, you know, a lot of stuff that Babu just, you know, would make for me and then not want me to pay her because she's too nice to me. But, you know, everything else I make. I made this overlay, I made my model, I make all of the, like, I make all of it, and I find free stuff online and I use it, and, you know, I'm still able to, you know, do my best at entertaining you guys. And I want to do so much more for you guys that all, like, you know, cost stuff. I mean, Ken, I do have my throne wish list. I try not to, you know, I don't really mention it that much on stream unless it's, you know, something really important, like with the air conditioner, because that was just like I needed that. But, you know, my throne wish list is always available, and it's always set as like community goals to work on getting better stuff. Joining an agency can be overwhelming, though. I honestly think it's not worth it. It's only worth it in the beginning, because you're handed everything on a silver platter on borrowed time. I mean, again, I would say that is the, that is sort of the model that most VTubing agencies go for. I would say VShojo in particular, though, is much different. It's a lot different in its approach to how it handles its talents, how it handles, you know, funding for projects, and like how much they genuinely care. Because I know Gunn, the CEO, and, you know, all of management that they have there, they do like genuinely care in comparison to, you know, what you typically see in other VTuber companies. So there's definitely a reason why everybody made as big of a clamor about it as they did. Because, you know, Niji Sanji has had auditions open up again even after their big recent debacle. And, you know, people didn't really say anything. People didn't really apply, to my knowledge. And, you know, people kind of skirted past that because they knew they didn't want to join Niji Sanji because of everything that happened relatively recently. And, you know, same thing for most HoloLive auditions. It'll be open and a lot of people will apply. But, you know, it's the same people that keep applying and, you know, always wanted to be a part of that company. VShojo almost never opens up auditions, and they normally just handpick whoever they want to join their company. So for them to open up auditions and to try to get fresh faces into the game, knowing, you know, the way that they operate their company, it is like wildly different. So everybody started freaking out about it, understandably so. And, you know, I think I let it get to me a little bit more than it normally does. Hi, Chris. I see you. I got to see Chris yesterday on a whim because I was just in the area. So I got to hang out with him for a little bit, which was really nice. What we need is ads, capital money, and collaboration within the indie community. And you know, that's what I'm still working towards a lot. So when it comes to monetization, we're still like a whiles away. I need 500 subs and I need a certain amount of watch hours, which, you know, that it's dictated by how much you guys watch my content, and it needs to be like 3,000 hours within the past like certain time limit. She woke me up from a nap, but I ain't complaining because I got food. Yeah, we went to our favorite restaurant together. Well, I don't even know if we would call it our favorite restaurant. It's our favorite like chain, but not like a fast food chain. It's like a sports bar. It's pretty good. Good morning, Dawn. I see you. Oh gosh, no, not Waffle House. I did go to Waffle House like 2 days ago because my little sister asked. So I took my little sister to Waffle House and we enjoyed Waffle House. But yeah, so lots of stress. It's mostly just a lot of stress. You know, I think the big thing that is keeping me from specifically streaming instead of all the other stress that I deal with was that whole thing with VShojo and stressing myself out too much because of auditioning. I know I talked about it earlier before any of you guys were in here, but you know, I already have a lot of other stressors going on because of me starting school next month and, you know, me still having my job like on top of that, and you know, just all these other little things that I know I have to get done, and things that, you know, should be happy things that I should be excited for, but I can't, like, I just haven't been able to. Sorry, I haven't been able to, like, bring myself to be excited for them. Because I should be excited for school. I should be excited that, that my best friend is coming to visit for a vacation for a long weekend and all this other stuff. But I've been struggling to bring myself to really enjoy any of that because I've just been so focused on, you know, all the things that I have to do in order to prepare for literally all of these things all at once at the same time, simultaneously, and also have all my daily life on top of that, and, you know, it's a lot. I don't really like having an empty plate when it comes to being occupied. I like having lots of things that I can do in a day because it keeps my mind off of things. And I can just, you know, just get to do stuff that I like. Because this is all stuff that I like. I like my job. I like working at the library. I love VTubing more than anything else. I'm really excited to go to school. You know? shouldn't feel the way that I feel, but I do. And I wish I didn't. And it's, you know, hard. And I also mentioned it before a lot of you guys got in, but August in particular, like the week that I start school, is just, it's gonna be a very difficult week mentally and emotionally. Even though I have, you know, my vacation planned with my friend coming over, even though I start school, like, that one day is gonna be really, really, really hard. Because it always is. I know I have my family. I know I have my friends. I know I have so many things that will make it easier, but even now, with it being as far away as it is, it still feels way too soon that it's coming up again. I will say, I have been practicing a lot of deep breathing exercises, and I know that sounds really stupid in the context of everything going on right now, but doing deep breathing when I get stressed out and just sitting and being present for at least one moment every day has been helping, like, a lot. It just kind of, it forces me to not think about anything for at least a minute a day and to just breathe. And, you know, I breathe in all of the positive energy that I know I need, and I exhale all of the negative energy that's affecting me. I already called off of work today, so you guys don't have to worry about that. Just, I will be resting as much as I can today, not focusing on any of that kind of stuff. The one thing that I am looking forward to tonight is the drag show that I go to every week. There wasn't one last week because of the 4th of July, but it's the one thing that I'm looking forward to today that I think will cheer me up a lot. I think I might even text, you know, the house queen, because she knows me and, you know, I see her all the time. And I might just text her being like, I need to give you a hug when I see you. It's one of those days. I just want a hug. Yeah, I know today's just one of those days where it gets to me a lot more than usual, and I don't normally feel this way, or at least I don't normally get to the point where I'm stressed out to the point where I'm crying, at least. So I'll do my best to just go relax. I know I really want to take some time and properly plan out the the Memorial Day that I'm gonna have next month, I was thinking about maybe going to the spa that day to just unwind and not think about it too hard, and probably pick up some roses and go to the memorial bench and just clean it, because it's in a spot where apparently a lot of birds like to be. Every time I go to the memorial bench, it's at least a little bit dirty. I need to keep like Clorox wipes in my car or something. But I kind of want to just sit and plan that day and try to mentally prepare myself for that, because I think that's been a bigger stressor than I'm giving it credit for. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go try to get some rest and relax a little bit. It's for my partner, Geeks On. If you go back to the tattoo video, I talk about it a little bit, but yeah, it's for my partner. Hi, Forrest. You're good. You don't have to apologize. It's okay. Yeah, the memorial bench is for my partner. Yeah. It's in a really nice spot, and I go there pretty frequently to just sit and just relax. The only other person I've seen ever sit on the bench is my brother, so it doesn't really count, I guess. I don't think most people randomly go and sit on it that often, just because it's in a really specific spot. But it's nice. I like it a lot. Thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you guys more than you know. I can talk all day long about how much I love you guys, but you know, probably don't want to hear all that right now. But I really do love you guys, and I'm really grateful that I have you and that you're here, and that I'm lucky enough to call you guys my community. You guys are wonderful, and you always make me feel better. Even on rough days like this. I know you'd listen to me ramble all day, but it's not worth it today. I don't think today is the kind of rambling that you guys normally like. The kind of rambling you guys like are my stupid Waffle House stories and whatever random occurrences happen at the library that are funny. Not whatever this is. Maybe, depending on how I'm feeling tomorrow, I might just sit and play a game on the stream with you guys. Maybe some Fate or Spelunky, just something that's easy and, won't give me a headache or anything. I love you guys a lot. And, hopefully by this next upcoming weekend or whatever, I'll feel good enough to put out another schedule so that we can sit and actually have a planned week of stuff to do and not just whatever the hell this week was. I'll do my best today, Ken. I will get some rest, I will make a really good cup of tea and some scrambled eggs and toast. I'll clean my room a little bit, light some candles, play some music, and just relax a little bit today. Thank you guys for being here for me today. I'll try to stream tomorrow if I'm feeling up to it after work. But until then, I hope you guys get the rest that you deserve. Get all the love that you deserve. Maybe eat some good food, listen to some good music, and have a good rest of your day. Don't forget your shamrock shakes. I won't forget the shamrock shakes. Alrighty. You guys have a good one. Take care. I'll be around. I'll probably see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one, everyone.